You've made the decision to launch your business formally by forming an LLC. Good thinking. Running your business through an LLC will shield your personal assets such as home and car from certain types of lawsuits. Also, the LLC acronym tagged to the end of the name will legitimize your business because it will be registered with the state. So take a break for 10 minutes or so while we guide you through the 5 key steps involved in establishing an LLC in Indiana. By the time you get to the end, you'll be a pro. Our video will make the process that simple. Step 1. Choose a name for your LLC. The name must be unique. A name that is the same or similar to an existing name will be rejected. The best way to avoid that problem is to check name availability. In addition, make sure the name complies with Indiana's LLC naming guidelines, which are quite simple. The name of your LLC must contain the phrase limited liability company or the abbreviation LLC or LLC with periods after each letter. It must be distinguishable on the records of the Indiana Secretary of State from the name of any other business entity. Must not falsely indicate or imply that the LLC is or is connected with a government agency of Indiana, another state, or the U.S. government. You can learn more about the Indiana naming guidelines by visiting our How to Start an LLC in Indiana page. If you discover that the name is available, consider securing it for a website. To do so, just click on the link below to check if the name, known as a domain, is available. If it is, you'll be happy to know you may be able to get it for just $5. That's right, $5 is all it may take to get started on setting up a website for your LLC. It's a smart move to register your domain early, even if you're not planning to build your website right away. Domain names affect search results, so having one that's relevant would make it easier for people to find your business on the web. Step 2. Appoint a registered agent. In Indiana, an LLC is legally required to appoint and maintain a registered agent. A registered agent is an individual or a business that is responsible for receiving important legal and tax documents on behalf of the LLC, including service of process. Therefore, it's important that the agent has a street address in Indiana and is available during regular business hours. Indiana makes a distinction between commercial registered agents who are registered with the state and non-commercial registered agents who are not. Both types do the same job, however. A non-commercial registered agent can be someone connected with the LLC, such as a member, manager, or employee. So you can be your own LLC's registered agent. It's important that the registered agent is accessible during regular working hours, though. That's something that may be difficult if it's up to you or another individual doing the job. So consider appointing a commercial agent service. Then you won't have to worry about not being around. Hiring a commercial service will cost about $10 a month, but it's well worth the cost. Apart from receiving service of process, the registered agent will receive official mail and any legal notices. If you decide to go with a registered agent service, check out our Best Registered Agent Services page below. There we provide information to help you find the best registered agent for your business. Step 3. File a certificate of organization. The next step to setting up an LLC is to register the Articles of Organization. Articles of Organization record the name of the LLC and the address of its principal office, as well as the registered agent's name and address. You'll also have to specify whether the LLC will be managed by managers. If it isn't, then all the members will take part in running the business. And finally, you'll have to decide if the LLC will exist indefinitely or set the date when it will come to an end. Be aware that all this information becomes public information that anyone can access. There are 2 ways to register the Articles of Organization. The easier way is to file online. This means signing up at this web address. The registration fee is $95, but there is also a processing fee. You can also register the Articles of Organization by mail. This means downloading and completing Form 49459 from the Secretary of State's Business Forms page. Here is the mail-in address for that. The filing fee is $100, which you can pay by check or money order made out to the Secretary of State. If your LLC was formed in another state but wants to do business in Indiana, you'll have to file a foreign registration statement. This can be done online by signing up for an Access Indiana account at Indiana's InBiz portal. Just click Start a New Business to start the process. You can register by mail if you prefer. This means downloading and completing Form 56369 from the Secretary of State's Business Forms page. Not a lot of information is required, just the name and street address of the LLC and the name and street address of the registered agent. Step 4. Create an LLC operating agreement. In Indiana, an operating agreement is any written or oral agreement between members concerning the LLC and how it is to conduct business. Although the law accepts that the agreement may not be in writing, there are dangers to having an agreement that is mostly based on conversations members have had. It will be difficult to pin down the terms of such an agreement if recollections differ. Moreover, unless certain terms are spelled out in a written agreement, they may be substituted by state law. For example, the selection of a manager will be made by the members with the highest value in membership interests, but the operating agreement could specify otherwise. Even if you are the sole member of the LLC, it's a good idea to have a written operating agreement because it's likely to be the only document that shows you own the LLC. Your name will appear on the articles of organization, but only as an organizer or manager of the LLC. In a multi-member LLC, a written agreement is even more important. A written agreement will help you avoid friction between members since its terms can be established with greater objectivity. The most essential terms of the operating agreement are the allocation of membership interests and voting rights, and how the management of the LLC is to be decided. Note also that a copy of the operating agreement is generally required when opening a business bank account or applying for a loan. That's only possible if the agreement is in writing. To help you put together an operating agreement, we've provided a free template on our Indiana LLC operating agreement page. At the bottom of the page, you'll find other links to important tools. Step 5. Obtaining an LLC EIN, Employer Identification Number. The final step is getting an EIN, Employer Identification Number, which is a federal tax number used by the IRS and the state to identify a business. An EIN is required for a multi-member LLC or an LLC that will have employees, but not for a single-member LLC without employees that wants to be taxed as a sole proprietor. Getting an EIN is easy and completely free of charge. Just fill out the online form on the IRS website. Post-formation steps. After you've created your LLC, there's some important things to remember. Keep the financial transactions of the LLC separate from your personal ones. Mixing them may nullify your limited liability protection and allow someone who sues you to pierce the corporate veil of the LLC. This means the court may allow them to levy on your personal property to satisfy a business debt. You should open a separate business banking account for your LLC. This will help keep business transactions separate. Besides being a separate legal entity, your LLC should have its own bank account and business credit card. Start building credit for your business. Check the guide below to see our preferred resources on how to do so. Carry out a comprehensive assessment of the risks the LLC is likely to face and determine which risks may be covered by insurance. Some types of insurance, such as auto insurance and workers' compensation, are mandated by law. Start building a website. A website is essential for sharing information with your target markets and can make transacting a great deal easier for your customers. If you think you would like to build a website yourself, follow the links below to see how to go about it. Finally, make sure to engage a professional who can keep the books for your LLC and provide guidance on financial matters. And there you have it. You now know how to create an LLC in Indiana. You can find all the resources mentioned in this video in the description below. We genuinely hope you found this video really useful. If you have further inquiries, feel free to dive into our channel and website for a range of free resources and comprehensive guides to initiate your Indiana business. On our site, we have a comprehensive list of exceptional local accountants, lawyers, and registered agents in Indiana. If you need any help or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.